Lie on your back with your knees bent and bring your hands onto your lower rib cage. Just focus on the breath, allowing the breath to expand the ribs out to the side as you inhale, and feel the rib cage contract as you exhale, paying attention to the engagement of the abdominal muscles at the end of the exhalation. Bring the backs of your arms onto the floor with your palms up. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, press the backs of the arms and the shoulder blades gently into the floor. We're trying to activate all of the muscles down the back of the shoulders. Breathing in, let that go. And do that a few more times with every exhalation, feeling the engagement of the back of the body as you press the arms into the floor, taking care to make sure that the neck is in a neutral position. Breathing in, let that go. We're now going to slide the arms along the floor, down towards the feet, and then up towards the head. You can bend the arms if that's easier, but we want to feel contact with the floor throughout the whole of the movement. So if this is painful, then you don't need to go all the way up towards the head. But we're sliding the arms up and down, a bit like a snow angel. And then bring the elbows in line with the shoulders, fingertips pointing up towards the ceiling. Bring the palms towards the floor by the body, and then take the backs of the hands to the floor by the head. Just work within what's comfortable for your body, and notice how the shoulders move as the hands move. Bring the arms back down by the body, palms down, take the arms up overhead, just as far as is comfortable for you. Do this as you breathe out. So as you're exhaling, the arms go up. As you're breathing in, they return back to the starting position. Exhaling, arms go up overhead. Breathing in, back to the starting position, taking care not to allow that movement to be done by the lower back. Hug the knees. Just release any tension you might feel in the back or the hips. Do whatever movements feel good. And then we're going to come onto a kneeling position, sit back on our heels, stretch our arms out straight in front, tuck the toes underneath, have nice straight arms. We want to feel like the hands are glued to the mat. So take them nice and far away, and as you breathe out, we're going to press the hands into the floor and try and drag the arms back towards the body, pulling from the armpits. So we want to feel the muscles around the armpits, around the side of the waist, engaging as we exhale, and then breathing in, and you can let that go. We want to cause contraction around the shoulder blades, but without moving the arms. Coming forwards onto your forearms and slowly lowering the legs behind you. We're going to roll over onto one side, take the top leg behind you, and the other arm is going to be stretched out behind you. We want to be feeling a stretch down the front of the chest. That arm in front of you is there for support, and the leg can be positioned however feels most comfortable. We're focusing on how that feels in the chest, in the front of the body. And then roll onto the other side. The arm stretches out behind you. You can adjust the angle of that arm to make sure that it's not too painful. The top leg can be placed wherever is comfortable, either in front or behind the straight leg. And the arm in front is there to support. You can press down onto your fingers or wherever the arm feels most stable. Coming onto your front now. Coming up onto your forearms, elbows in a position that feels like they're supporting your shoulders. And we're going to exhale and press down through the forearms, engaging the core and engaging those muscles again around the shoulder blades. Breathing in, let that go, and you'll feel the belly sag towards the floor and the back will relax. We want to exhale, shoulder blades engaged, tummy lifts. If it feels good to you, you can tuck your toes under And as you press down, you might find that it feels quite natural just to lift the pelvis. So you end up in an elbow plank position. Sit back towards your heels, just release some of the tension in the shoulders, and then come back again, either resting the pelvis on the floor or coming straight back into the plank. Really paying attention to engage the shoulders, and then coming up into an all fours position. And we're going to focus on some shoulder rolls here. So we want to squeeze the shoulder blades together, sinking the chest down between them, and then rounding the shoulders so the elbows don't bend, the lower back stays stable, and then we're going to come into some rolls with the hands on the floor, really trying to move the shoulder blades through their full range of movement. So up and down, and then round in a circular movement, but this time in the other direction. Now with an exhalation, we're going to engage the core, and we're just going to lift the knees just slightly off the floor, again making sure that we're feeling that engagement around the shoulder blades. So breathing out, feel those muscles around the armpits. If this feels good for you, you could lift the pelvis more into a bent leg downward dog. You might want the hands a little bit further forwards, especially if you want to come forwards into a plank. The focus here is on good stable shoulder blades and not experiencing any pain. Come off the arms, relax the wrists, move the hands around if you need to. Coming to lie on the side now with the elbow directly below the shoulder blade to support the arm properly. And as you exhale, you're going to lift that rib cage. So again, feeling that engagement around the armpit. If it feels good to you, you can bring the top leg in front, exhale and lift the pelvis off the floor as an option to make it more challenging. You can hold this whilst you breathe or go up and down, remembering to exhale as you lift, and it's either just lifting the rib cage and pressing down through the arm, or if it feels good, you can lift the pelvis. If you want to take the arm straight up towards the ceiling, you can also do that. And the palm can be turned up or down depending on how that feels in your shoulder. Going on to the other side, taking some time just to get the setup right. Make sure that your elbow is supporting the shoulder properly. Remembering to exhale on the effort, so exhaling, lifting the rib cage, and if it feels good to you, lifting the whole of the pelvis. And again, you have the option to have the palm up or down. You can work with the breath, exhaling as you lift up, or holding the position whilst you breathe. And the arm can be raised or on your waist, wherever feels most appropriate for you. Coming to sit now in a comfortable position, hands behind you. Fingertips pointing away if that is comfortable. And again, breathing out, squeezing those shoulder blades together, lifting the chest, pressing down through the hands. We can come forwards into a forward bend just to release the shoulders. And then coming back. And again, the option here is to take the feet onto the floor. You might find it easier to turn the hands towards the feet. The hands can be positioned wherever feels comfortable. What's important is that as you're exhaling, you're really engaging through the arms, pressing down through the hands, squeezing those shoulder blades together. If it feels good to you, you can lift the pelvis off the floor. And again, working either exhaling, lifting up, breathing in, coming down, or holding the position whilst breathing. Taking some time just to come into a forward bend.